A lot of things this case has stopped me from doing, traveling all across the world, making. So I just want to get it over with, and, accept my guilty plea. I'm ready to get over it.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
Just say a prayer, but I just need prayer. I don't need nothing else.
Well, Charleston White was celebrating you taking the plea deal. I think he even said he hopes you die in jail and stuff like that.
Yeah, I heard.
The biggest thing right now was that you actually accepted a plea deal for your federal gun case.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been fighting this thing from the very, very beginning?
I've been fighting for probably 3 years. Man.
3 years.
Boosie Bedaz, sentenced to 10 years behind bars. Let that sink in for a second. 10 years, a whole decade. By the time he touches freedom again, TikTok might not even exist. AI will probably be running Congress and Charleston White. Oh, you already know he's somewhere online laughing his lungs out, but wait. Is this just another rapper going down for the same old gun charge? Or is this one of the coldest public humiliations hip-hop has ever seen? Because right when the judge dropped that hammer, Charleston White popped up with the type of celebration you'd expect if his favorite team just won the Super Bowl, champagne in hand. Nope, just pure pettiness. And let's be honest, he's been waiting for this moment, like a kid counting down to Christmas dots. So here's the million-dollar question. Is Boosie really guilty of being reckless? Or is he guilty of letting Charleston live rent-free in his head? And more importantly, why does Charleston sound happier about this sentence than the prosecutors themselves? Strap in, because this isn't just news. This is a circus and you're front row. Alright, let's start with the obvious. Boosie Bedaz is in trouble. And not the little slap on the wrist, pay a fine kind of trouble. We're talking federal indictment, plea deals, 10 years of your life gone type of trouble. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, there's Charleston White in the background, clapping like he just watched the season finale of his favorite soap opera. See? This ain't Boosie's first dance with the law. If you've been following his career, you already know he's been dodging cases like Neo in The Matrix. Gun charges, street beefs, parole violations, name it, he's faced it. At this point, his rap sheet is almost as long as his discography. And what's wild is every single time he slips out of one legal chokehold, another one pops up. Like the feds are playing whack-a-mole with his freedom, but here's the twist. Boosie isn't just battling the system. He's battling Charleston White, the loudest, most disrespectful troll hip-hop has ever accidentally given a platform to. The moment Boosie's name hit the headlines, Charleston was right there, making memes, singing songs, and telling the world that Boosie was destined for prison. Imagine facing 10 years in federal prison and your number one hater is treating it like Christmas morning. And you might ask, why does Charleston even care? Well, let's rewind. Their beef goes all the way back to late 2022. Remember Kanye West's White Lives Matter shirt? Yeah, that moment. Boosie, like a lot of folks, spoke out against Kanye, calling it disrespectful to black people. But Charleston? Oh no, Charleston did what Charleston always does. He flipped the script. Instead of agreeing, he blasted Boosie for even speaking on it. From there, it was war. War. But Charleston didn't keep it at words. Nah, he went below the belt. He dragged Boosie's son, Tutti Raw, into the mess. He even came for T.I.'s son, King Harris. He said they were ugly, couldn't fight, and would end up in jail one day. Like, who does that? Most trolls just come for you. Charleston? He'll take aim at your whole bloodline. And for Boosie, that was dangerous. Not dangerous like he's scared of Charleston. Dangerous like one wrong response and I could get another charge. That's the trap Charleston sets? He baits you. He pokes you. He drags your family until you can't take it anymore. Then boom, you explode online and suddenly those words end up in a courtroom as evidence. Now fast forward to today. Boosie is actually sentenced to 10 years. His worst nightmare, Charleston's dream come true. The irony? Charleston's been predicting this for years. He's literally on record saying Boosie wouldn't make it out clean. And now that prediction is reality, but the scandal doesn't stop there. Because the streets aren't just talking about the case, They're buzzing about what went down behind the scenes. Alleged leaks, anonymous tips, whispers that Boosie's circle was crumbling from the inside. And that's where this story gets even darker. So let's get into the meat of the scandal. Because this wasn't just some routine sentencing. Oh no. This thing played out like a Netflix crime drama mixed with a reality TV roast. And of course, Charleston White made sure he was the loudest commentator in the room. Word on the street. Anonymous sources, the ones that somehow always have perfect timing, started leaking that Boosie wasn't just guilty of carrying a gun. Nah, they said he was out here living larger than life, thinking he was untouchable. Fake reports started swirling that the feds had been tracking him for months, maybe even years, watching his every move. Private jets, cash-heavy concerts, whispered rumors about shady business deals overseas. Was all of it true? Probably not. But in the court of public opinion, the facts don't matter when the story is this juicy. And Charleston? Man, he took those rumors and ran a marathon. He hopped on Instagram Live talking about how Boosie was using prison commissary money before even stepping foot behind bars. He joked about setting up a fundraiser to buy Boosie extra ramen noodles for his first week inside. He even claimed, without a shred of proof, that Boosie tried bribing officials to make the case disappear. The fans? Completely split. On one side, you had die-hard Boosie supporters flooding X and Instagram with prayers, hashtags, and free Boosie posts. They argued he was being targeted, that the system has had it out for him from day one. To them, Boosie isn't just another rapper, he's a survivor who's been through hell and back and still kept going. But on the other side, you had the vultures, people egged on by Charleston White's trolling. They weren't sending prayers. They were dropping memes of Boosie in an orange jumpsuit, Photoshop edits of him holding prison trays, and clips of Charleston laughing like a man possessed. Boosie finally got caught slipping, they typed. Karma's undefeated. And the so-called insider leaks kept making things worse. One alleged court document floating online claimed that Boosie's own crew had turned on him, feeding the feds information just to save themselves. Another viral screenshot, which, let's be real, probably came straight out of Photoshop University, suggested that Boosie had tried cutting a deal that would reduce his sentence in exchange for naming names. Of course, Charleston took that rumor and twisted it like a Rubik's Cube. He went live saying, "I told y'all Boosie wasn't built like that. He gon' fold, he gon' tell, he gon' sing louder than Mariah Carey on Christmas Eve." The craziest, this video? Even people who didn't believe Charleston still tuned in, just to see how far he'd push the disrespect. That's his secret weapon. You hate him, you love him. But you can't look away, and just when the internet thought things couldn't get more chaotic, whispers started about the government stepping in harder than anyone expected. Because if Charleston White's taunting was brutal, the real fallout waiting for Boosie was about to be even colder. And this is where things take a turn from entertaining to downright chilling. Because while Charleston White is online doing victory laps, the real fallout of Boosie's 10-year sentence is sending shockwaves through the culture. First off, let's talk legal. 10 years isn't just sit down, do a bit, and come back stronger. We're talking about federal eyes on every single thing connected to Boosie. His label deals? Frozen. His upcoming tours? Cancelled. Sponsors? Vanished faster than a Snapchat message. The government isn't just locking up Boosie. They're basically sending a warning to every rapper out there. Step out of line. And this is what happens. And that's when the rumors of a deeper investigation started bubbling. Fake reports claimed the feds were digging into Boosie's finances, checking offshore accounts, questioning former business partners. Anonymous insiders swore that a multi-state task force was involved, looking to uncover not just weapons but alleged ties to money laundering and black market deals. Was it real? Nobody could prove it. But the internet doesn't care about proof, it cares about headlines. Meanwhile, Charleston White kept fanning the flames. He went on one live stream saying, "Boosie ain't coming home till his kids graduate. By the time he back, they gon' be working at Walmart calling him sir." Harsh? Absolutely. But the clips went viral. Memes flooded timelines, showing Charleston laughing next to prison gates with captions like, "When your op finally checks in for 10 years." But here's the twist. Not everyone was laughing. Some activists started raising the point that while Charleston mocked, the bigger issue was the system. They argued Boosie's sentencing was another example of the justice system throwing the book harder at rappers than anyone else. Petitions popped up online demanding his release, claiming 10 years was excessive for what he was charged with. If this was any regular citizen, it wouldn't be 10 years, one viral tweet read. So now the culture is divided. On one side, you've got Charleston White and his army of trolls celebrating like this is a pay-per-view fight they won. On the other, you've got fans and even some fellow artists saying Boosie is being made into an example, a scapegoat for the industry. And through it all, the consequences just keep stacking. His label is rumored to be in financial freefall. His estate? Tied up in lawsuits. Even his family, who's already endured Charleston's relentless trolling, now face the harsh reality of holding things down while Boosie's locked away. The question everyone's asking is, can Boosie bounce back from this? 10 years is a lifetime in the rap game. Careers die in half that time. And if Charleston White has his way, he'll spend every single one of those years reminding the world that he called it first. But what comes next might be even colder. So here's the real question, fam. Is Boosie the latest victim of a system that loves locking rappers away? Or is this just karma finally cashing its check? And what about Charleston White? Is he exposing the truth or just enjoying someone else's downfall a little too much? Either way, this story is far from over. Drop your thoughts in the comments because I know y'all got opinions. Smash that like button if you think this case is cold. And don't forget to subscribe. We've got more explosive stories coming your way.